Welcome to Ravens Over. Please subscribe to my channel, also hit the notification bell, and like this video and share. I'll give you an update about a triple murder about a guy that basically lied and said that he had no problem with gay people. My personal opinion, like I said before, the allies, the trick. Welcome to
Hey, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? Are you getting it in? Somebody getting it for you? What's going on, people? Subscribe to my channel.
Okay, I want to share this with you. This is a teenager who went to the sex party with two gay men and a trans woman. He returned an hour later and murdered all three. Now, the story is reported as of March 17, 2020. Now, David Robinson was found guilty of murder of two gay men and a trans woman. Now, drinks were clinked and music blasts out of the home speaker system, but for three partygoers, two gay men and one trans woman, this will be their final night alive. Now, Timothy Blanchard, 20 years old, Alante Davis, 21 years old, Paris Cameron, 20. Timothy, 20, Alante, 21, Paris, 20. All attended a party with a 19-year-old man they met at the gas station in Detroit. Hours after he left the group, Devon Robinson, 19 years old, busted into the house wearing a mask and armed, gunning all three of the victims down. Now, it's stated that what happened. Jurors found Robinson guilty on Tuesday of May the 25th, 2019 of the murders. He was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder as well as assaulted in intent to murder 2 others and 5 counts of possession of a firearm during the commission of the felony. Sentences will be scheduled on April the 13th. Jurors had the closing arguments that Robinson committed the murders to cover up what happened at the party. The defendants did not want his family to find out that he had engaged in sex acts with 3 of the victims. This is something I've always said over and over and over while we being murdered. They do these things and they come back and they kill us. Prosecutors explained that Robinson met the trio at the gas station where Camerson hit on the defendant and the surveillance footage showed. Now, while at the first indecision, Robinson, who lived just 2 blocks away from the party, paced before deciding to go. So he paced back and forth, allegedly, before he decided to go. But then he's like, well, I'm going to go. Now, Devon Robinson, word that his family will find that he engaged in sex with a gay man and a trans woman. Special prosecutor Jamie stressed that it was no routine hookup. And when going to the party, multiple partygoers performed oral sex act on Robinson. Let me read that again. When going to the party, multiple partygoers perform oral sex acts on Robinson. So it's allegedly it was more than just them 3. It was more people that did it. One witness described the soiree as over the top. Partygoers began saying that Robinson was gay, clearly, leading to the defendant to dip the function. He went back to the gas station, and the surveillance footage showed being dry, heavy, and spitting. Now he's having like a panic attack. He went back to the house at 4:03 a.m., state authorities said. Now, it said that less than an hour, a masked gunman stormed into the home and stampeded the festivities. He began shooting rounds and struck Davis twice and Blanchard and Cameron 4 times. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Jamie asserted that Robinson committed the deed to get rid of the 3 people who saw the sex act. The defense hints on to Robinson being identified as the masked assailant. Now, while the witness says that Robinson had no reason in the world to shoot, the suspect fled the home in early morning after the murder spree. Law enforcement later tracked him down due to an anonymous tip. Detectives found his DNA on the crime scene, and during his interrogation, he refused to say he performed a sex act on anyone other than Cameron. Nevertheless, jurors side of the prosecutors, you don't get to put on a mask and get away with a mass murder, Jamie said. So I'm going to show you the jury trial and stuff so you're going to see for yourself. And like I said before, I'll give my opinion after y'all see this. Check this out.
Good morning, everyone. Court received a note at 10:06 a.m. indicating that the jury has reached a verdict. Bring the jury out.
All rise for the jury. Be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court has received a note indicating that you've reached a verdict. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Madam Clerk? Will the fourth person please stand, state your seat number for the record?
Juror number 1.
Thank you. And has the jury indeed reached a verdict?
Yes.
How do you find the defendant, Devin Robinson, as to count 1, homicide, murder, first degree, premeditated, Alante Davis?
We find the defendant guilty.
How do you find the defendant as to count 2, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Timothy Blanchard?
Guilty.
And as to count 3, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Paris Cameron?
Guilty.
As to count 4, assault with intent to murder, Clifton Blair Keys?
Guilty.
As to count 5, assault with intent to murder, Armand Matthews?
Guilty.
As to count 6, felony firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Alante Davis.
Guilty.
As to count 7, felony firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Timothy Blanchard.
Guilty.
And as to count 8, felony firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Paris Cameron.
Guilty.
As to count 9, felony firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, assault with intent to murder, Clifton Blair Keys.
Guilty.
And as to count 10, felony firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, assault with intent to murder, Armand Matthews.
Guilty.
Will all members of the jury please stand and raise your right hands for me, please? Listen to your verdict as recorded by the court. You say upon your oath that you find the defendant, Devin Robinson, as to count 1, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Alante Davis, guilty. As to count 2, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Timothy Blanchard, guilty. As to count 3, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Paris Cameron, guilty. As to count 4, assault with intent to murder, Clifton Blair Keys, guilty. As to count 5, assault with intent to murder, Armand Matthews, guilty. As to count 6, felony firearm, possession of the firearm during the commission of a felony, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Alante Davis, guilty. As to count 7, felony firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Timothy Blanchard, guilty. As to count 8, felony firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Paris Cameron, guilty. As to count 9, felony firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, assault with intent to murder, Clifton Keys, guilty. As to count 10, felony firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, assault with intent to murder, Armand Matthews, guilty. So say you, Mr. Foreperson, and all members of the jury.
Yes.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Do either of the attorneys wish to have a jury poll?
Please.
Madam Clerk?
Jury number 1, was that, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Jury number 2, was that, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Jury number 3, was that, is that your verdict? Jury number 4, was that, is that your verdict? Jury number 5, was that, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Jury number 6, was that, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Jury number 7, was that, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Jury number 8, was that, is that your verdict? Jury number 9, was that, is that your verdict? Jury number 11, was that, is that your verdict? Jury number 12, was that, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Jury number 13, was that, is that your verdict? The jury has been polled.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the court is going to discharge you from your jury service. I do appreciate that each and every day you showed up here on time. You appear to really do the work when you went into the jury room with regard to deliberation. And again, I appreciate you being here on time and showing up, even though we are dealing with some things in our community right now that has a number of businesses closed, including this particular court for non-emergency matters. So you can enter the jury room and gather your belongings. We will be bringing into you certificates and letters for your service today. And in a moment, I will also come in and speak with you.
All right, let's go to jury. You may be seated.
We need to schedule a sentencing. Looking at April 10th. Is that a good day to turn the calendar in?
Yes.
April 10th for sentencing. The defendant is remanded.
Your Honor, I apologize if that was passed over. Could we do April 13th?
April 13th for sentencing. Does that work, Attorney Callahan?
Yes.
April 13th for sentencing. We're adjourned. Thank you.
All I can say is rest in peace, and the family in my prayers. But this is the thing. When you shame these men and y'all make these men feel like doing something bad and all this other stuff, they come to down low. And with the down low lifestyle comes murder. You make fun of them, you tease them, and their mental frame of mind, they go crazy. And they attack the ones they shouldn't be attacking. My thing is this, if it ain't what you want, why are you there? But to get a gun and come back, it's crazy. On so many levels. Now, allegedly, it's stated that the trans woman is the one he basically went down, had oral on, allegedly. But he didn't do anything with the rest. But if that's accurate, then why would you kill the rest? Because you confession that you did it with a trans woman, so why would you have a problem saying anything else? Then clearly that's not the truth. It was stated that you went down on everybody. You was just a life of the damn party. You was just clearly gay. And they thought you were. And you got your reality check. Maybe I might be gay. Now, I don't know if you was given the oral or they was giving you the oral. I don't really know how this story went down. But at the end of the damn day, you was there because you felt comfortable in your settings. You felt uncomfortable when you thought society may be looking on. Society really doesn't care about you as much as you really think they do. They really don't. But for some reason, the two black men and black women decided they're going to stand in their truth and stop all this hiding and this DL stuff. We're in a lot of trouble. It's funny because we always focus on the men. We don't never speak on the women on the down low because there's a lot of it going on. It's on both gender, not just one. But there are 3 people that are dead and cannot come back because a man consented his truth, so it makes other people pay because he was attracted to someone. And this is the problem that I have when I express this, and I'm screaming this when I'm at the job, and I tell people what happens when people are attracted to us, they kill us. But it's sad because when I say this type of thing, it feels like it goes on deaf ears. People say, oh, you're just paranoid. Oh, it's not going to happen. They start laughing in my face. It makes me feel like I'm crying wolf, as if I'm making up these stories within my head. Maybe I'm imagining it. I'm thinking they're thinking of me. But I realized one thing in life, I stopped talking about it. You know why? Until you're hunted, you don't get it. And there's no need in me to make you and try to get you to understand what's happening if you're not a part of it. Because it has nothing to do with you. You duck and you hide and you sneak and you do all of this stuff because you don't stand in your truth. But you smile and you laugh. Oh, you're just paranoid. You're just paranoid. And I screamed it to the top of my lungs, and I said over and over again. The ones that's killing us is in the LGBT. These trans attracted men are killing us after sex. Now let's think about this. In order for a man to get erection, he must be attracted to the person. And it makes him feel uncomfortable. And people don't understand that part. But I realized something. If it ain't happening to people, people really don't care. Here is 3 people that he could have just walked away from, but he didn't. He decided to go back because he was interested. He felt comfortable. And sometimes you feel comfortable and you try new things and you really like it. Oh, it must be bad. It's only bad when you put society into it. And this is a dangerous gray area. I've talked about this over and over and over again. And my 2 spirit sisters out there, y'all may think I'm paranoid, but this is real. And he is just one of many. I'm sure there's a lot of girls that's been murdered. We don't even know their names. But the thing about it is that they brought justice upon him. 1st degree murder, all 3 of them, just killed them. To keep his secret a secret. Wore a mask. And I'm going to tell y'all something how it goes. They're laughing, they're talking, have a good time, they hug, they kiss, they do everything else, and he goes home and get a gun and come back. And that's the situation we're in. You mad at me for being attracted to me, and now I must die. Society can be a very dangerous place if you're not careful. Everybody who smiles and laughs with you and jokes, and I'm sure it'll happen, is actually coming to take you out. You have to be careful. And it goes for me too. But even though he's locked up, I've got a message for you, my friend. You're still gay. You're still bisexual. You may have killed 3 people, allegedly, but you're still there with you. Your truth is sitting in prison with you. Your truth is your truth. You can't hide from who you are. You're still going to be who you are. And even though you locked up now and you killed 3 people, you killed 3 people that was a part of your world too. If you hate a part of you, then you hate all of you. And it's horrible that someone has to die because you could, but as man enough to stand up and stand in your truth and live your life. But you rather live the lie. But even though you may have killed 3 people, allegedly, you're still a part of their world. Because you're still that. You can leave everybody else in this world, but you can't leave you. You're still either bi or gay. You have to deal with your truth. Because you're still sitting there with you. You're still going to be looking at the men in prison. You can't hide from who you are. You can hide from everybody else. Anyway, like I said before, comment below. Let me know if you put this video. At the top, there's an Instagram button. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. I cannot deal with this type of thing because the sad part about it is more men out here like him. Comment below. Let me know how you feel about this video. This is so horrible, and offend me in my prayers. Like, subscribe, and share my video. And at the top, there's the Instagram button. If you follow me, I'll follow back. Let you know I love you, and thank you for watching. Catch the rave. Please be safe.